Hello and welcome to my newest video. Today I'm going to take a quick first look at coins and steel. Now before I jump right into this video, let me quickly apologize to all of you because I haven't done a video for around 2 weeks now. One of the main reasons being that the whole market right now for cryptocurrencies and blockchain games obviously is a little bit of a downturn and has been going on and on. Ethereum right now is at a really low price, and therefore I think a lot of game developers and also game investors don't really think about the opportunities to be had if you think about investing into these kind of games. Now the second reason being that I'm currently thinking about kind of doing more high quality videos and not just me rambling on with an uncut video and just doing more cutting and just overall providing more informative content. And also adding to that is that I'm currently thinking about a new format of my videos. Not all of the videos, most of them will still be first look videos, but also some marketing advice videos, because I'm actually working in marketing for quite some time now, for over 6 years now, and specifically online marketing. I think a lot of these games would definitely benefit from someone maybe kind of assessing the current quality of their online marketing and the way they're presenting their game and the way they're focusing on the target groups and target markets. And I think Ivan on Tech, you probably know him, one of the bigger YouTubers all around blockchain games and especially blockchain technology. He also mentioned that a lot of game developers actually fail to do their own market research properly. So a lot of these games don't really have any kind of use case. There isn't really a reason to play them. Obviously, I always say that the game has to be fun, but even those games that try to be fun, they kind of not really focus on the main interest of the target group, and that's mainly because they probably have an idea in their head and they try to execute it, but a lot of times they don't really spend enough time beforehand to actually thinking about what the proper target market is, the game they're trying to create for, and also just in generally present the game in a meaningful manner that also the right kind of people that actually want to play your game find a way to your website and also find a way to invest in your website. So that's one of the reasons why I want to provide some marketing advice, maybe some marketing score based on a few different criteria that I definitely think are essential in order to provide a good game marketing, if you want to call it that. So yeah, also as I try to establish right now, I'm sorry I'm keep on rambling before I go into coins and steel. What I also want to say is that as usual I want to answer community questions at the end of the video, as I started around 2 or 3 videos ago. It's just mainly as a preparation for my new kind of upcoming discussion, open discussion, critical question series, which I want to kind of start with a goal to start a meaningful discussion with my community and just generally hopefully get the whole idea behind crypto games, just make it move forward a little bit quicker, because I think obviously the same way the whole idea is decentralized, I think the best way to improve on the whole blockchain game technology for games is to also have a decentralized discussion with everyone, and maybe we can come up with better ideas to sort out the issues and the challenges that come with this new kind of innovative technology. So yeah, now I'm sorry, jumping right into the first look video. This is Coins and Steel. Coins and Steel is a fantasy role-playing game filled with tons of collectible loot, hordes of dangerous monsters, and a gripping tale of war and political intrigue. And apparently what's quite interesting about this game, it's actually running on Loom Sidechain, which is a layer 2 blockchain that uses Ethereum as its base layer. So you probably have heard about Loom Sidechain before. So the whole idea about sidechains is that they want to take off the heavy load of the whole processing of the game's backend, especially if you have a large player base. Eventually, hopefully, let's call it that, they want to kind of take it off from the main chain, from the main smart chain, and just put it on a side chain, which is provided by Loom. So once, as you probably have heard about, the network, the Ethereum network has been clocked before, if in case there is a Loom sidechain or any kind of sidechain, kind of takes off that kind of capacity and provides room again for the whole Ethereum main chain to be actually used for its real use case, and not be clocked again, and you would have to wait for hours and hours until the whole your whole transaction comes through essentially. So yeah, every item, character, and component of the Coins and Steel is run and stored using blockchain technology. The in-game economy utilizes the STL token. Okay, so they also have their own token, obviously. Why build Coins and Steel on blockchain? Developing on blockchain allows us to address a number of shortcomings in the current generation of mobile and desktop games. Oh yeah, also, as you probably have seen from the screen, this game will most likely run on mobile exclusively or additionally. I'm not too sure actually if it's only running on mobile, which is I think great because eventually it kind of reaches more people, in my opinion. So traditional games, lack of transparency, benefits of blockchain transparency and proven fairness. So we've heard about this, one of the main use cases of blockchain technology for games before. Now ownership over, okay, that's the same, full ownership of your assets, restricted markets, player-to-player market. Well, this is one of many advantages of blockchain essentially, as opposed to the current working system in normal centralized games. Obviously, there are a few games that create value, especially when they're really popular and people want to trade their items. They kind of work for, if you want to call it that, I'm putting that into quotes, and they want to sell it for a real amount of money or some fiat currency in this case, and this way kind of blockchain integration makes it much easier to trade them and hopefully then exchange it back from Ethereum or their in-game token to Ethereum and then back into fiat currency. Obviously this is also completely dependent on the exchange rate, so obviously when Ethereum is down and just decreases in value, then you won't have as much as if you would have sold at a higher price of Ethereum. So option to pay, developers rely on you spending your cash in their game. In most cases you can't directly earn money while you're playing. Option to earn currency. Oh, well, that's pretty much the same to player market. Well, it's not necessarily the same, but I think it kind of has the same result. Most blockchain games tend to be rather simple and focus on implementing technology instead of creating a fun experience. We want to apply the advantages of blockchain technology to deliver fun gameplay inspired by some of the greatest RPGs the world has ever known. What we offer: transparent game development, early adopters will have access to beta testing. Okay, a lot of general information, game features. There isn't actually too much information about the game itself yet, just about the opportunities and advantages of blockchain. Tokenized game economy. Coins and C use these. Okay, we have had that before. The search for gear. So you have these different rarity levels. Equip the best gear to increase your chance of success in the harsh world of coins and steel. Kill monsters before they kill you. Trade with other players and excavate ruins and instant lands. Okay. Ah, cool. You can actually integrate crypto kitties. Choose your own path, start your character as a fighter, ranger, or wizard, and develop it any way you like using classless free skill systems. Oh, okay. Fighter, heavily. Okay, so there are these different classes. They're quite journalistic. Moon Realm Entertainment, so that's the game developer and the publisher, I guess. Is there any more information yet? Maybe any kind of gameplay? Not necessarily. I don't think there is any yet. Oh, that's too bad. Well, maybe there's some more information on the Medium page, so I'm going to jump right into that after I have gone through the main information. That's only a one page so far. I'm sorry. Okay, moving on to Medium. Is there any more information? Not too much information, to be honest. Oh well. Okay, maybe just take what you can get from the website so far. It looks promising in my opinion, but most of these games have a decent website right now, and they often don't really deliver on what they promise us players or investors to implement. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks interesting by the thoughts of it. Nothing too new about Coins and Steel, in my opinion. Will completely depend on the execution. I'm definitely looking forward on the whole mobile integration, because that's something that kind of sets the game apart from most of the other crypto and blockchain games out there. Other than that, check it out yourself. As I always say, please don't take this video as financial advice. Only make sure to invest your Ethereum as much as you can afford to lose, basically, and also before you invest, make sure to do your due diligence. When it comes to due diligence, when it comes to your own research, doing your own research, go check out their Telegram and Discord. I'm definitely going to post both of these in the video description, as I always do. so you can talk to the developers, talk to the community if you're interested. Other than that, yeah, I hope you like the idea about coins and steel, and hope you like the first look video. Now let's just quickly jump into one of the questions. As I said in the beginning of the video, I definitely want to answer at least one of the questions from the community and just generally people who comment below my videos, and just kind of keep the discussion going about the whole idea of blockchain games and just interesting questions that I'm trying to answer, and maybe just also try to raise more questions to be answered by the community as well. So let's jump into this question which was quite obvious and quite common, but I think it's just raising a really important question we are especially witnessing right now. So under BitSoccer, the football manager on the Ethereum blockchain, which is a game I posted on April, that's actually quite some time ago, one guy, Popcorn Seller, actually asked, is this still alive? Now, I know this is not really a special question, but I have been getting this question on a lot of comments, and I've seen that a lot of other YouTubers, not just videos about blockchain games, but also about blockchain dApps in general, decentralized apps, that a lot of people are asking, is this still alive if it has been out for quite some time? And obviously, as you probably know from experience, the time span, the time frame for cryptocurrency related dApps, especially which crypto games and blockchain games are as well, it's just really narrow. I mean, if it comes to like 4 months, which is this in this case, so it's like April, May, June, July. That's even more than 4 months. It's 5 months. A lot can happen. And when it comes to BitSoccer, just to answer your question specifically, is this still alive? I don't think so. Or it depends on what you mean by is it still alive. When it comes to active development, I don't think it's actively developed. I'm not really too much in favor of these games since like a few months ago. I think I kind of learned my lesson when it comes to these whole crypto collectibles. They don't really focus too much on an actual gameplay, just to share cards. I mean, obviously, there are main advantages for using blockchain for these kind of crypto collectible games. But at the same time, if you don't really provide any kind of fun gameplay, most likely people won't play it, and as a result, as you asked, the game will die down or just at least take a break. And if there's not really a chance to establish a player base, there's not really a reason for the game developers to for the game developers to develop further and spend more time on the game, especially if it doesn't really have any kind of major funding. There isn't too much patience in these games. So there are a few reasons, or a few, not necessarily reasons, but a few ways you can kind of check out if a game is really alive. So one of them being obviously checking out the smart contract. So definitely make sure to click on the game's website, and most of the time you find an additional link that goes to the smart contract, and just check the last activities, the last transactions. If there aren't too many in the last couple of days, especially for a few weeks or months, I would definitely stay away from the game and wait for the activity to pick up again. The same you can do if you don't have a specific link on the website. You can just try to interact with the game, any kind of interaction that triggers your MetaMask or whatever you use to start or execute a transaction in order to interact with the game. So let's say for BitSoccer you want to purchase one of these players, then it automatically opens up the MetaMask, and you can actually copy the linked smart contract address this way as well. You can put it into Etherscan. You can check out the smart contracts activity the same way. Yeah, just get a feel for the activity of the game. Again, if there aren't too many transactions being executed for the last couple of days, I would definitely stay away from the game by that time. Now, a second way to kind of find out if there's some activity for the game, if the game itself is still alive, is actually going on the Discord, on the Telegram channels. Just check out in general what the mood is. The whole community will most likely give you an answer if you ask around. And as I always say, please make sure to first, that's also part of doing your own due diligence, please make sure to check out these different steps first before you actually ask around, because you can most likely get a quick answer just by going to these two different places. And yeah, if you find too little activity, again, definitely try to focus your attention on a different game, on a different crypto game, or just in general a different blockchain investment, if you want to call it that. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting question, so I wanted to answer it in a more comprehensive way. Also, keep these comments coming. I'm really interested in your opinion for these games. Also, if you're generally interested if these games are still alive, there's also a possibility to just check out Dap Radar or these other Dap lists, and you can just check out the recent transactions history. But at the same time, oftentimes it's visualized with a graph, and if the game doesn't have too many transactions but it's still active, it won't really show the differences. So you definitely have to make sure to keep a close eye on the activity. I mean, there have been some games that only have had like 5 to 10 transactions a day or maybe a week, and they're still active. They don't really have a large player base, but they do have a player base that wants to keep playing the game, which can also be a great way to assess a game's worth and just generally get a good understanding of if it's worth for you to invest into the game as well. So yeah, hopefully you liked this video. I know it was a little bit longer, but there was a little bit of information I wanted to cover, especially because I haven't done a video in 2 weeks. Hope you liked the video. Hope you like this first look of Coins and Steel. Please leave a comment below and tell me what you think about this game. Do you have more information about Coins and Steel? Do you know more about the game in general that isn't presented on the website? Yeah, hope you liked the video and leave a like if you liked it. See you next time. Bye.